Navigating through a lengthy game can feel like embarking on an epic journey, but time constraints often intervene. That's where Toplist comes in. Check out our selection of 10 top-notch single-player games, each beatable in 5 hours or less, ensuring you can indulge in quality gaming without sacrificing time.
Now you're mine.
Starting off with number 10, Fury. This indie action game offers a unique and challenging experience. Inspired by classic boss rush games like Gunstar Heroes and Alien Soldier, it combines 3D action with bullet hell elements. The plot is simple. You play as the Stranger or the Rider, fighting through 10 guardians for a purpose that's not entirely clear. However, the plot is secondary to the exhilarating boss battles, which are expertly designed. While the game can be completed in under 5 hours, defeating the bosses can extend the playtime significantly due to their formidable difficulty. Fury is perfect for fans of intense boss fights, offering some of the best in the genre. Coming in at number 9 is Inside, the successor to Limbo, and a testament to mystery and atmosphere. This cinematic adventure plunges you into a strange and unexplained world, growing ever more perplexing as the story unfolds. From evading pursuers in the woods to encountering mind-controlled individuals and navigating a colossal research facility, the experience is as bewildering as it is captivating. Gameplay revolves around basic actions like running, jumping, and interacting, yet Inside constantly immerses you in thrilling and enigmatic scenarios. Its pacing is impeccable, never lingering too long on any one element and always propelling you forward. Despite its relatively short duration of 3.5 hours, Inside leaves an indelible mark, with certain segments etched into memory long after the game concludes. If you've experienced it yourself, you'll understand the lasting impact it delivers. Taking the 8th spot are Little Nightmares, and its sequel, Little Nightmares 2. These games hold a special place among short titles, earning a spot as some of my personal favorites. The original can be completed in around 3.5 hours, while the sequel offers a couple more hours of gameplay. Both are short enough to make the cut for this list, and honestly, I find them equally enjoyable. Similar to Inside, these games immerse you in a bewilderingly strange world where even the simplest tasks come into question, and death lurks around every corner. Despite the constant threat of demise, the generous checkpoints ensure that setbacks are brief, allowing for steady progress. The monster designs are a standout feature, grotesque and terrifying, making every encounter a thrilling experience. While not as outright terrifying as Amnesia Dark Descent, these games excel in creating an unsettling atmosphere through their themes and concepts, a style that resonates with me. At number 7 is Resident Evil 3. While some may criticize its brevity, with the remake clocking in at around 6 hours according to how long to beat, it's easily completable in under 5 hours without much effort. For some, the shorter length may be a letdown, but for others, it's a positive attribute. Personally, I find myself drawn to the Resident Evil 3 remake more often, likely due to its concise gameplay. While Nemesis may not evoke the same terror as Mr. X and the game may lack overall innovation, its streamlined, action-focused approach delivers a satisfying experience. Additionally, the game boasts impressive visuals, in line with the high standards set by recent Resident Evil titles. Admittedly, the remake does omit certain sections from the original game, and Nemesis doesn't make as frequent appearances, making it arguably the most flawed among the recent Resident Evil entries. Nevertheless, its short length and enjoyable gameplay make it a standout title worth revisiting. Securing the 6th position is Mirror's Edge, a groundbreaking first-person parkour game developed by DICE and published by EA. Released in 2008, it defies convention by offering an FPS experience devoid of combat. Its distinct art style remains visually striking even by today's standards, with the finals drawing inspiration from its aesthetics. Clocking in at a purported 6 hours according to how long to beat, the campaign can be comfortably completed in 2.5 to 3 hours. Despite its single setting, Mirror's Edge excels in parkour mechanics, featuring finely tuned controls and beautifully crafted environments that offer both variety and balance. The game's narrative centers around being a runner in this city, urging players to embrace its fast-paced traversal mechanics. Its short length is no hindrance. Rather, it encourages replayability, with each run delivering a satisfying and exhilarating experience. In just one afternoon, Mirror's Edge proves itself as a timeless gem.
BT-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was killed in action.
Correct. My original pilot was KIA.
Taking the 5th spot is the campaign of Titanfall 2, a refreshing departure from the typical gritty military narrative. Instead, it prioritizes sheer enjoyment. Each level is meticulously designed for maximum entertainment, offering a roller coaster of thrills from start to finish. Although the average completion time on How Long to Beat is 6 hours, I usually wrap it up in about 4.5 hours. The game's movement mechanics are so engaging that you can't help but speed through, wall running and backstabbing enemies with finesse. Though not quite speedrun territory, I often find myself finishing in under 5 hours. It's a masterfully crafted campaign that sadly lacked a proper follow-up. Even if not Titanfall 3, an Apex campaign or any continuation would be greatly appreciated. Coming in at number 4 is Vanquish, a third-person shooter that channels the exhilarating energy of Bayonetta into a gunfire-filled frenzy. During the Xbox 360 era, third-person shooters were often associated with sluggish pacing and static gameplay. Players would cautiously maneuver from cover to cover, seldom venturing beyond their safe haven. Vanquish, however, shattered these conventions by introducing dynamic, rocket-fueled combat that sends you hurtling across the battlefield in a whirlwind of chaos. It's fast-paced and sometimes overwhelming, but undeniably exhilarating. Developed by Platinum Games, it incorporates their signature action game element, such as scorecards after each encounter and relentless enemy variety. While it's not without flaws, with perhaps too many cutscenes disrupting the flow, they can mostly be skipped without affecting the experience. Despite its average playtime of around 6 hours according to How Long to Beat, Vanquish is the type of game where slowing down feels like a misstep. Personally, I consistently finish it in under 5 hours, propelled forward by its relentless pace. Taking the 3rd spot is Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, an Xbox Live indie game that's receiving a remake soon, adding further reason to discuss its merits. Developed by Joseph Fares, known for A Way Out and It Takes Two, this title differs from his later co-op-centric works, offering a single-player experience with a unique control gimmick. Each brother is controlled by a separate stick. While it requires some adjustment, the game's challenge lies in mentally coordinating two characters simultaneously. Despite its less polished nature, Brothers is impeccably crafted, swiftly guiding players through environments without overstaying its welcome. Each gameplay challenge is brief and balanced, contributing to an overall enjoyable experience. Despite its short length of around 3 hours, it excels as an immersive journey rather than a daunting challenge, benefiting from its concise duration. While its control scheme may initially frustrate those unaccustomed to multitasking, once mastered, Brothers emerges as a triumph. Coming in at number 2 is Sayonara Wild Heart, a remarkably short rhythm game that clocks in at just an hour and a half. Its brevity might lead some to dismiss it as inconsequential, but there's a reason it garnered widespread acclaim upon its release in 2019. Despite its brief duration, it delivers a fantastic experience. While it boasts a genuine storyline, much like other games on this list, it's more about the vibe than any specific narrative, functioning as a mood piece. And in this regard, it excels. From its captivating visuals to its mesmerizing music, Sayonara Wild Hearts is a masterclass in creating an immersive audio-visual experience. The gameplay, though deceptively simple, is ingeniously executed, resulting in a deeply satisfying gameplay experience. While many games have attempted to blend audio and visuals into a cohesive musical experience. Few have succeeded as brilliantly as Sayonara Wild Hearts, alongside titles like Rez, making it a standout in its genre.
Huge success.
And finally, claiming the top spot is Portal with RTX. The original Portal, bundled with the orange box in 2007, remains a timeless classic, revered as one of the greatest puzzle games of all time. Completable in just about 3 hours, it's short but undeniably sweet. Moreover, for those with a powerful rig, it serves as an excellent benchmark, boasting all-new ray tracing features. The game's simple yet ingenious environments truly shine with ray tracing enabled, making it the perfect candidate for such enhancement. Even for those uninterested in cutting-edge graphics, Portal remains an incredibly captivating experience. Nevertheless, the addition of ray tracing provides a compelling reason to revisit this seminal puzzle game once more. I've got a couple of bonuses for you. Since there are plenty of short games out there, let's do a lightning round. I'll quickly mention a few that deserve recognition, even if I don't have much to elaborate on. First up, we have Metal Gear Solid Rising: Revengeance. While it's slightly too lengthy to casually toss onto this list, it's still a fantastic game. The combat is incredibly fluid and gratifying. The boss fights are iconic, and the entire experience is delightfully over the top in the best possible way. Next up is Ruiner. With an average playtime of about 5.5 hours, this top-down 3D action game often flies under the radar, but I believe it's deserving of more recognition. Think of it as Cyberpunk Hotline Miami, but with a slightly more forgiving gameplay style and a unique twist. Plus, it's visually stunning, offering a beautiful and immersive experience that's a ton of fun to dive into. Next up, we have Katana Zero. If you enjoyed Hotline Miami, you'll love this side-scrolling counterpart with a more cohesive plot, clocking in at around 4.5 hours on average. Katana Zero is an absolute blast to play. Its storyline is genuinely captivating, adding depth to the gameplay. One of its standout features is the instant replay at the end of each section, allowing you to watch your actions at full speed. And finally, Pizza Tower. 6.5 hours average, 4.5 rush. It might seem basic at first, but what really surprised me is the varied level themes and unique power-ups. Genuinely, it gives you something new almost every level. And it's that variety that makes it work. That and the music, which is fantastic. And that wraps it up for today. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel. We release fresh content every day of the week, and subscribing is the best way to stay updated. Be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Thank you very much for tuning in.